Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. I am Sean Anderson, the Most Valuable Podcast, and we're doing NHL playoff previews, and we're doing the Western Conference side today. We have the Dallas Stars taking on the St. Louis Blues. If you do want to check out the other previews we did down below, we did the Eastern Conference and the other Western Conference series, and check that out down below in the playlist below. But we'll jump into this matchup. I'll tell you why the Dallas Stars can win, and I could tell you why the St. Louis Blues will win, and then I'll also give you my final prediction at the end. But let's jump into the Dallas Stars side. They had a good series against the Minnesota Wild. I think it went a little bit longer than they wanted, but play of Antti Niemi, in two of his games that he played in, were really shaky in net, and Kari Lehtinen wasn't fantastic in net. Goaltending held them back a little, and also the lack of Tyler Seguin definitely held back their goal scoring here. But if I look at the Stars, they are a veteran leadership. They're a veteran team. They have a great goaltender. If Kari Lehtinen played in 3 of the games, or played like he did in 3 of the games he played in, and also they're getting Tyler Seguin back, or it looks like they'll get Tyler Seguin back. So if they are full force, I mean, this is a team that was first in the Western Conference, and I think this team can really go far just because of their scoring output they can put against, but they might be held back because of their goaltending. But then if you look at the St. Louis Blues, I had to wear the Chicago Blackhawks shirt because it was a fantastic series between the two teams, and I'm not ashamed of my Blackhawks. They played a hard 7-game series. They came back when they needed to. You wanted a little more star power here, but the St. Louis Blues showed why they are a complete team, and I even picked them in 7 games, so that made me look a little bit smarter. I would have liked my Blackhawks winning, but St. Louis Blues did pull it out. And if you look at the Blues, they don't do a lot flashy outside of Tarasenko. They don't do a lot of flashy things, but they are a well-built team. If you look at Kevin Shattenkirk and Alex Pietrangelo, that is a dynamite of a top 2 there, and their defense is fantastic. So if you look at this team, especially with Brian Elliott in net, who can steal games for them, I think this is a solid team, and they have more put together there. Where you look at the Stars, they're very top-heavy with Ben and Seguin and Sharp and Spezza, and then the goaltending gets really shaky at times. So I think this is a very easy series if the Blues keep it going and just put continuous pressure on the Stars goaltender. But if the Blues falter at all, then the Stars can really jump in and take it. My final prediction will be the Blues in 7 games. I think it's going to be a hard-fought series. I think Seguin will give a lot back to Dallas, but I think ultimately their goaltending is going to be their downfall. And I think the grit and the grind and the veteran leadership of the St. Louis Blues, and I think they're finally going to get that chip off their shoulder and get to the Western Conference Finals. So I'm going to take the St. Louis Blues in 7 games, and you better do that, because if you're going to beat my Blackhawks, I at least want you to go far, kind of like when the Kings did that a couple years ago to us and won the Stanley Cup Championship. But thank you, everyone, for watching. And if you do have a different opinion for me down below, just tell me down below who you think is going to win and how many games and why. And this is going to wrap up this video. If you do want to follow us on Twitter, follow us at Most Valuable Pod. You can follow me on Twitter at Schwarbo. You can also follow us on Snapchat here at Most Valuable Pod. That's going to wrap up this video. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.